My name is Lucy, and this is the secret that has been burning inside my chest for years, a truth that destroyed everything I once called love. I married Daniel when I was 24. He was calm, gentle, older than me, and he made me feel safe at a time when my life was full of storms. He had a son, Ethan, who was only 12 when I first met him. The first time I saw Ethan, he barely looked at me. He just nodded politely, then went back to reading his book. There was nothing special in that moment. At least, that's what I thought. But life is cruel. It has a way of planting seeds we never asked for. As the years passed, I tried to be a good stepmother. I helped Ethan with his homework, cooked his favorite food, attended every school event, every football match, every small moment he needed someone beside him. Slowly, he began to smile at me. Slowly, he began to talk to me. Slowly, he became my friend. And that is where the danger began. Ethan was 17 when Daniel started coming home late. Work, he said. Meetings, he said. But my heart knew the truth before my mind accepted it. One night, I fell asleep on the couch waiting for him. When I woke up, I saw Ethan sitting on the floor, his arms wrapped around his knees. "Why are you awake?" I asked. He looked up, and I saw the tears in his eyes. "I heard you crying," he whispered. I didn't know I had been. He sat beside me, gently placing a blanket over my shoulders. And when his hand touched mine, something inside me trembled, something forbidden. I pulled away quickly, pretending nothing happened. But he didn't forget it, and neither did I. The house became smaller, the silence heavier. Daniel was never home, but Ethan was always there, growing taller, growing older, growing into a man right in front of me. And every day, I hated myself for noticing. One evening, after another one of Daniel's lies, I broke down. I cried until my whole body shook. Ethan stood in the doorway watching me, his eyes full of pain. "Lucy," he whispered, his voice trembling, "I hate seeing you like this." I wanted to tell him to go. I wanted to beg him to stay. And before I could speak, he walked toward me, wiping the tears from my cheeks with his thumb. My heart stopped. My breath stopped. "Don't cry," he said softly. Not because of him. For a second, only a second, our faces were too close. My heart betrayed me, but I stepped back. "This is wrong," I whispered. "I know," he said, "but I can't help how I feel." My whole world collapsed. Months passed. The distance between Daniel and me grew like a wound. But the closeness between Ethan and me grew like a fire. One night, after another argument with Daniel, I found Ethan standing outside my door. "I can't pretend anymore," he said. "I love you." My heart nearly stopped. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. I wanted to hold him. Instead, I broke down crying. "You can't," I whispered. "You can't love me." He looked into my eyes, deeply, honestly, painfully. "But I do." Daniel found out. Not because of anything I did. Not because of anything Ethan said. But because he finally checked the home camera he installed months ago, the camera he never told us about. He saw the moment Ethan held my hand. He saw the moment he wiped my tears. He saw the moment I didn't pull away fast enough. Daniel didn't shout. He didn't break anything. He just looked at me with eyes full of betrayal and said, "You loved him more than you ever loved me, didn't you?" I couldn't speak. Silence was my answer. He took off his ring, placed it on the table, and walked out of the house. Ethan tried to stop him, but Daniel pushed him away, saying, "You're not my son anymore." That was the moment my heart truly shattered. Not when my marriage ended, but when Ethan fell to his knees, crying, blaming himself for everything. Daniel left. Ethan moved to his mother's house. And I stayed alone in the house where love destroyed 3 people. To this day, when I sit on the couch at night, I can still feel the ghost of Ethan's hand around mine. The warmth of a love that should never have existed. I didn't choose this love. I didn't want it. But the heart doesn't follow rules. It doesn't care about right or wrong. It only knows what it feels. And mine felt something it should have never felt. I loved my husband's son, and that love ruined everything. 7 years passed. 7 years of silence. 7 years of guilt. 7 years of living with a heart that never healed. After the divorce, I moved to a quiet town, worked at a bookstore, and learned how to breathe without breaking. Some nights, I still felt Ethan's voice inside my memories. But life had forced us apart. Or so I believed. It was raining. The kind of rain that hits the windows like fingers begging to be let in. I was closing the bookstore when I heard the small bell at the door ring. Ethan was standing there. No longer a boy. No longer the broken teenager. He was a man now. Tall. Sharp jaw. Eyes that still held the same ache I remembered. "Lucy," he breathed. My knees weakened. "What are you doing here?" I whispered. "I try to stay away," he said. "I tried to forget you, but no matter where I went, I kept finding you in my head." I opened my mouth. No words came. Because I didn't want him to go. He stepped closer and wrapped his arms around me. I missed you, he whispered. I'm not here to ruin your life again, he said. I just needed to see you. Then let me stay, he said, just for tonight. Not as your husband's son, not as a mistake, but as someone who loved you, and still does. I looked into his eyes, the eyes that once broke my marriage. Lucy, do you still love me? He whispered. The lights flickered. A shadow moved outside the glass door. Someone was there, watching. Daniel. Daniel stepped inside, rain dripping from his coat. His eyes, darker, colder, full of storms. So, he said, voice low, history repeats itself, doesn't it? Ethan stepped forward. This isn't what you think. Daniel laughed, dry, humorless. Really? Because it looks exactly like what I think. He looked at me. You disappeared. You cut contact. Left without a word. Tears stung my eyes. I had to leave, Daniel. Everything was broken. Ethan stepped in front of me. Don't talk to her like that. Daniel's jaw tightened. You don't get to defend her. Not after what the two of you did. Ethan's chest rose and fell rapidly. Finally, he said, I still love her. Daniel's eyes softened for a moment, then hardened again. And you? Before I could answer, a woman rushed in. Come quickly. Your mother, she's collapsed. Daniel ran out, leaving Ethan, leaving me, leaving the truth unfinished. At the hospital, Daniel sat hunched, hands covering his face. Fear and guilt consumed him. Ethan approached cautiously. Dad, I can't lose her. She's all I have left, Daniel whispered. Ethan comforted him, holding his hand. A nurse suddenly called. Family of Mary Caldwell? She wants to see Lucy, the nurse said. My heart stopped. Ethan stepped in front of me, blocking my path. No, he said sharply. She's not going in.
I'm okay, he whispered.
No, you're not, Ethan said, voice cracking. Please, don't go in there. Daniel stepped forward. Ethan, if she asks for Lucy, there is a reason. You can't stop her. Ethan's eyes softened, desperate. I want to protect you. Please don't go. Lucy stood at the hospital door. Ethan grabbed her wrist. Don't leave me again, he said, voice breaking. I'm not choosing him over you, she said. I'm choosing what's right. Who's here? Right now. She gently pulled her hand away and went in. Ethan dropped his hands. He covered his face. His shoulders shook as silent, Shattered sobs filled the hallway. For the first time, he understood Lucy. But it was too late. Thank you for watching Learning English with Stories. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos.